What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here. Welcome to our daily show where we discuss everything going on here in our country that you need to know about here on a daily basis, including money, investing, the stock market, the fourth stimulus package update, and stimulus check update. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel yet, make sure to click the subscribe button down below so you don't miss out on new videos. It's completely free to do so. You literally just click the subscribe button. And also, don't forget to hit the like button for us down below as well. I will keep you up to date here with everything going on here in our country. We have multiple states that are sending out state stimulus checks and tax rebate checks and lowering state taxes here, among pausing gas taxes and grocery taxes. A lot of different things here because, well, they have surplus money, and they also have stimulus money from the last stimulus package. It was $350 billion that went out in the last stimulus package to just the states. So the larger states got more money, the smaller states got a little bit less money based on population. But each state got at least $1 billion or more. Really, each state got billions, several billions. And each state is taking in surplus money now, more money than they spend, because employment is at a historic low right now. It's at 3.6%. The 50-year low mark is 3.5%. So pretty much almost every single state, if not every single state right now, is bringing in more money than they're spending. So most states, if you've been watching my channel, is bringing in like hundreds of millions of dollars more, if not billions of dollars more in surplus per month. Like California, as an example, the largest state in our country, has a $97 billion surplus. And it's just like unbelievable, right? To think about that just one state has so much money. Now, they're a very large state, but still, the federal government, the Congressional Budget Office, which is not Democrat, not Republican, they've been around forever. They're just basically, accountants and mathematicians, are saying that the federal government is going to be able to pay down the federal deficit by 1.5 to 1.7 trillion here by the end of this year or within the next 12 months. So that's kind of how much people have gone back to work and how much more taxes are being paid on the federal level and states. And because inflation is so high and how much more taxes are being paid, which is part of the reason why the economy is, overheating, and it's kind of actually helping with the inflation or hurting with the inflation, however you want to look at it. Yeah. But I need to be able to do that Kramer. If you watch Seinfeld, he does that little hand thing. But yeah, we got multiple different states here. If you watch my last video, I went over several different states as well. I'll link you to that video next here, that are proposing stimulus checks, including California with up to $1,050. But multiple different states here as well. Check this out. The state of Colorado, you see here, stimulus check from Colorado. You need to file your return, your state tax return, that is, by June 30th to get $500. June 30th is not far away. Not far away. Here's the details. Federal gas and inflation stimulus checks may never come, but they are coming for millions in Colorado and really a lot of other states as well. I'm going to keep you up to date here on all this, all the states, and a potential, well, as you can see here, gas stimulus checks from the White House may be possible as well, because there's a lot going on here. Millions in Colorado may soon get some money to help them offset rising inflation and gas prices. Governor Jared Polis recently signed a bill that would give eligible residents a $500 stimulus checks from Colorado. This is already passed. This is official. Eligible residents would get their money either in August or September, provided that they have filed their tax return by June 30th. So if you're from the state of Colorado, make sure you have looked into the details of this or filed your return by June 30th. Yeah, the governor has signed their state Senate bill, which refunds up to 85% of their surplus money collected So they're giving them the majority of the money back to the people. Hopefully, more states will do this, right? Hopefully, more states will do this. Quote, we are providing immediate relief for hardworking Coloradans by sending rebate checks back quickly because there's no reason the government should hold on to your hard earned money any longer than it has to. The stimulus check from Colorado would be at least $500 for individual tax filers and $1,000 for joint filers. Initially, they thought it would be $400 per person and $800 for couples, but the state has so much money that they actually increased it to $500 and $1,000 for married couples. The last day to apply for the Chicago gas stimulus checks of $150 is applying here or is nearing here soon. Chicago has already sent 2 rounds of gas cards, and now people only have a few days left. The last day to apply is July 3rd. Under the program, 100,000 Chicagoans will receive $50 in prepaid transit cards. 50,000 drivers will get $150 in prepaid gas cards as well. So if you're from Chicago or you know anybody, make sure they know about this program as well. The state of Maryland, Governor Larry Hogan, who is a Republican, I believe, and GOP state lawmakers call for a special session to enact another gas tax holiday. They had already passed one earlier this year and may do it again. As gas prices remain high and unstable, calls for another gas tax holiday in Maryland is reigniting the debate over what to do about it. As of this week, AAA indicated the average price of a gallon of regular gas in Maryland is $4.90, which is around what it is nationally. It's at $4.94. Economists believe that high gas prices are being fueled by inflation, and inflation's evil consequence is recession, which some people say we are already in. Quote, we have to adjust our thermostat with a gas tax holiday. That will create an opportunity to have a much milder recession than otherwise and help people save some money. What we are advocating is that the 18 cents federal tax holiday can happen, and the 43-cent Maryland gas tax can also happen for 3 months as well. And this is what could happen is we could see both of these happen. So that's 43. What is that? That's about 61 cents there. Yeah. And both of those could add up, and that could be a pretty decent amount, right? I mean, a 61-cent savings, you go to fill up a 20-gallon tank, that would save you over $12 every time you fill up. I mean, that's not bad for every single time you fill up. That's just for a gas tax savings. That's pretty decent. And if you do that over 3 months, I mean, you could save several $100s there. So yeah, so this could be decent if they can get state and federal gas tax savings. Let me know your thoughts here. Yeah, you can see here President Biden called on Congress to suspend the federal gas and diesel taxes for 3 months. Remember, diesel tax will indirectly save you money if you don't have a diesel car. I know some of these, if you have a diesel truck, some of you guys are like, yeah, we got a 200-gallon truck or something. Or if you have a, I've seen some comments from some guys that own a semi truck and drive it independently or something like that, or if you have to pay for it. God bless you guys because you're you're really paying for it because you guys are spending thousands. So imagine if you save that, what is it, 24.4 cents or something, almost 25 cents a gallon. You're saving a lot of money because that's a lot of gallons you're saving. But even if you don't pay for any diesel, if you don't have a diesel car, if they do the gas and the diesel, you would save some money there as well because it would lower the price of food. It lowers the price of goods because everything has to be shipped via a semi truck to the grocery store. So that's part of the reason why we're seeing all-time food price at all-time highs. So, and the whole world's seeing this. All of Europe, Canada, Mexico, everywhere in the world is seeing food prices at all-time high and gas prices at all-time highs. So it's not just the U.S. Gas prices and food prices are at all-time highs. Inflation is actually not at an all-time high. Here in the U.S., it's at a 40-year high. But inflation is at 30 to 40-year highs pretty much everywhere in the world. Um, because we're all pretty much dealing with the same thing. The gas companies are all global companies, BP, Shell, Exxon, ConocoPhillips. They're all basically global companies. So you remember the UK just passed a windfall profits tax where they're going to actually tax them on their gouging. And I'll show you the headline here. You've probably seen it. Yeah, you can see here right from CNBC. Again, I use all sorts of sources. I don't pick and choose. It's, whatever. UK slaps one-off tax on oil and gas giants to ease the pain of soaring on household energy bills because they're basically going to tax these gas companies and give the money back to the people. It's like 18 or 19 billion dollars in the UK, and they're going to give the money back to the people. And that was proposed here in the U.S., but it hasn't been able to pass yet. It would be nice, though. Also, in the state of Virginia, Governor Youngkin, ceremonially signs Virginia budget while calling for more tax relief. So I think we're going to see a lot of states calling for more. He says, quote, "We're going to go back in January and get the rest." Governor Glenn Youngkin, he is a Republican. He says that the latest budget's a win for his administration, even as he criticized the Democrats for blocking key priorities, including a gas tax suspension. He says, "We've taken important steps, so we've eliminated the state's portion of the grocery tax. We and increased the standard deduction by 80% and declared the largest tax rebate in the history of Virginia." They increased the standard deduction from $4,500 to $8,000 for single filers and from $9,000 to $16,000 for married couples filing jointly. So that will save a lot of people a lot of money on their taxes for state taxes. So that is a significant tax cut for Virginians. While changes to the standard deduction will sunset, aka go away in 2026, probably because they don't know, how much money they're going to have then. Lawmakers also approved direct rebate checks, aka stimulus checks, of $250 for single filers and $500 for married Virginians. That's really the best of both worlds. I mean, reducing taxes, which aka saves you money, and stimulus checks or direct rebate checks, whatever you want to call them, $250 and $500 for Virginians. That's pretty good. I mean, yeah, I mean, that's not bad. Not bad. I mean, it's kind of the best of both worlds. It's kind of like a stimulus package on the state level. On the state level, where they're passing stuff. There's a bunch of other stuff in there too, but they're passing stuff, and it's multiple different things. So now he complained that the Democrats didn't want to pause the gas tax. But what they did do is they sent out the checks, the stimulus checks instead. So I think that most people would prefer to get an actual check, as opposed to the gas tax, pausing the gas tax. If you had to choose one or the other, most people would say, well, just give me the check and I'll spend it however I want, as opposed to having to go to the gas station and save the money that way. But if you weren't going to get anything, the gas tax holiday is better than nothing. Because if people are like, hey, do you want a gas tax holiday? Then they're like, yeah, let's take it for sure, let's take it. Because, I mean, yeah, it's money. Saving money is saving money. What did we just say that if for that other state you could save, if it was the state and the federal gas tax, you could save like $12 per fill up. if both of them were enacted on a 20-gallon tank. If you have more than a 20-gallon tank, you could save more. If you have less than a 20-gallon tank, you could save, a little bit less. But that's pretty decent. $12 every fill up. I mean, but if they give you a check of $250 per person and $500 for married couples, and they reduced all those taxes for 4 years, I mean, that's pretty good too. But I think most people would say, you know what, just Jimmy, or Governor, just give me the check. Just give me the check. Yeah, I mean, you let me know your thoughts in the comments, but I think most people are gonna say, just give me the check. But on the other hand, if the option is the federal gas tax holiday or state tax holiday, state gas tax, um, hey, we'll take it. We'll take any type of relief we can get, right? So, and you got to remember that each kind of battle is a battle in itself. So when something comes up and it's like, hey, do you want a federal gas tax holiday? Don't say no. Say yes, and then work on the next battle, right? Don't say no and then hope that you might win another bigger battle down the line. Just like win each battle as they come up, right? Like that's like saying say no to stimulus check number 2 because you want to say, hope that stimulus check number 3 will be bigger because you said no to stimulus check number 2, like that. No, 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 no. Take everything as you can get it, and then work on everything later, right? So we'll have to see. But as you can see here, there's a lot of things in the pipeline. And if you watched my last video, we covered even more states, and we covered the federal, what Biden wants to do, what Congress wants to do. I'll link you to that video here next. But if you haven't subscribe to our YouTube channel yet, make sure to click the subscribe button down below. It's completely free to do so. This way you won't miss out on new videos. So click the subscribe button if you haven't yet, and then click the bell icon so you get notifications and so you don't miss out on new videos. I will keep you up to date here. Here's my other video I just did with even more states, California and several others, and federal stimulus checks we talk about in that video. And if you have student loans here, or if you know anybody with student loans, they just did $6 billion of student loan forgiveness. So click on one of those videos next. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.